Hi dancers, if you've ever struggled with stiffness in your back, trouble performing arabesque because of your back, or any kind of tightness in your posture and in your alignment of your spine, then this video is for you. Today we're going to talk about spinal flexibility and alignment and how it relates to your dance safety and technique growth. Now, the spine is something that I take very personally to really focus in on because I have had some major back injuries myself. And had I been training better as a younger dancer, I might have been able to avoid these injuries. So when it comes to our spine in dance, often as dancers and instructors, we both focus on this lower half here, thinking that if we have all this range of motion down here at the low back, then we're going to have beautiful high arabesques. We're going to be able to do a huge cambrés back. But here's the thing, dancers. Everything is connected in the body. So if you are lacking mobility in another part of the spine, it is going to affect the mobility above or below it. So we can't just focus on training the lower part of the spine, creating this hyper excessive range of motion here, because then it will cause problems in other areas of the body as well as the spine too. But the spine is not a passive structure. It literally is the center of everything that we do in ballet, in dance, and in functional life. So we have to be able to improve spinal mobility as a whole and not just fixate on one segment. I always like to start with the cervical spine. That is your neck. And a lot of dancers carry a ton of tension here, which not only affects your spinal alignment, but it can affect your balance and your overall capability to hold positions when you're moving through space in dance. And let's not forget to mention, if you're somebody who is a chronic jaw clencher, or you get suboccipital headaches at the back of your neck, then you're probably struggling with some alignment and stabilization issues in the cervical spine. Chin tucks are such a simple and effective way to maintain and restore that neutral spinal position. You can do them with resistance, or if you're someone who's really struggling with that control and alignment, you can do them without as well. When I worked with patients in the clinic, a lot of my older patients, I would have them lying down on the plinth table and then simply just instruct them to press their head into a pillow and make a double chin. This is a great place for beginners who are really struggling with neck alignment issues to start. The thoracic spine, that's your middle of your back. And when this area is locked down, it's gonna compromise your ability to have that open chest posture. Again, maintain balance in pirouettes, transition through movement, but also have that fluidity through the arms and execute your port de bras from where it needs to begin. If you're somebody who's gotten a lot of corrections like, oh, your arms look like noodles, or use your back more when you're doing your port de bras, oftentimes this area is not only restricted, but it's also weak. Some really simple mobilization activities to begin with are open books, as well as just lying down over a foam roller and trying to improve a little bit of that thoracic extension and mobility. Then finally, the lumbar spine, or the low back, which is often overtrained in dancers, as a lot of the exercises for arabesques that I used to see when I was a dancer hyper-emphasize arching the low back and really hyper training that low back to create more extension. Unfortunately, when dancers are having trouble creating more extension in their arabesque or getting more extension out of their hambrés back, it's not because of this actual area of the spine being undertrained. It's because the deep tissues that are in the front of the body are restricted. So it's pulling in opposition and it's not allowing you to actually have that freedom of movement in your spine that you need. And those movements like arabesque or cambrés back don't just focalize here. They are creating movement in the entire spine. If you only try to move this part of your body for an arabesque, the arabesque is not going to be mechanically the way that we need it to be. Your center will not be in the right place. You won't transition out of the movement smoothly, and you will create compensations that over time can lead to injury. So with this area, you can do things that release that deep front line of movement and mobilize tissues like the psoas major. Tight and restricted tissues like the psoas major can actually pull on structures and then decrease your ability to extend, especially in arabesque. So with my method, after you have mobilized, now we stabilize. And when we work on those stability exercises. We're gonna work on those deep postural muscles. And this is all the foundation for creating things like a beautiful arabesque line or a beautiful cambré back, and creating these shapes that are expressive but also safe at the same time, and you're working to your full range of motion. Safe does not mean that your range of motion is now going to be unimpressive. It means that you're using what your body was given and you're maximizing it so that down the road, you aren't gonna end up with injuries. So top to bottom spinal work is something that we're gonna really focus in on at the Safer Stronger Dancers Summer Intensive, July 11th through 13th. This intensive is going to be an extremely unique opportunity that you can join in person, live online, or you can get recorded access and you can have the videos forever. This isn't just a general throw everyone in the pot and let's see what we can get out of it. I'm going to be talking about interventions that apply specifically to teens, adults, and even our senior ballet dancers. So if you're ready for better spinal mobility, posture, turnout, foot strength, getting ready for point, or even learning professional stage makeup application tips, then the Safer Stronger Dancers Intensive is going to be perfect for you. To enroll in this experience, you can just go to www.veronicaksummerintensive.com, or if you scroll below, there's a link, you can click on it and get your spot right away. Spots are limited, especially to those who plan on joining us live in the classroom or in person, and there will be an early bird discount that ends June 10th. If you're seeing this after the fact and you're still looking for step-by-step ballet injury prevention and corrective training, then make sure you head to veronicakballet.com or just shoot me an email at info@veronicakballet.com. You don't have to force flexibility to create beautiful, functional movement in ballet. Let's train smarter and start supporting our spines the way that we're supposed to when we're dancing. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button and share with a friend who might find this information useful. See you next time, dancers.